touchdown in Chengdu, China's mega-city which blends ancient history with futuristic sci-fi skylines. And I've got just 48 hours to explore it all. I'll trade smiles with locals, eat through spicy Sichuan food, and track down the world-famous pandas. The clock's ticking, so let's get going. Good morning from Chengdu. I cannot wait to get started properly in this city. My first full day in this city. I'd like to jump in a cab and go across the city to the People's Park to see how the locals start their day with local tea and hopefully some Tai Chi. See you over there. Ni hao. Alright, a short taxi ride across the city. I've come to Chengdu People's Park. An oasis, let's say. I've walked in here and suddenly I don't feel like I'm in a big city anymore. 10 million people, roughly, Chengdu. And when you're in this park, I'm in the middle of the park right now, you wouldn't know it. Peaceful, quiet, bird song. Yes, lots of people, of course. But also beautiful greenery, beautiful green space. It's clean, it's laid out nicely. Some of the blossoms are starting to come out, some of the flowers are starting to pop with colour. The reason to come here is to see a little bit of local life. So let's take a walk around the park, see just how pretty it is, and see if we can find some local life here in People's Park in Chengdu. This is what I came here for, local life. All the locals are out. They're either exercising, they're dancing, they're drinking tea, they're meeting people, they're playing cards, they're playing mahjong. So much going on. If you want to see local life, this is the place to come, for sure, for sure. And yes, okay, there are a few tourists, Chinese tourists, walking around, like me, taking photos, soaking up the atmosphere. But this place in the morning is all about soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm so glad that the sun is out, the blue sky is out, and I can enjoy it and really take it in. For me, yes, Chengdu is about pandas. When I think of Chengdu, I think about pandas. But for the first thing to do on your first morning, I think this is definitely the thing to do. Get into the People's Park. Because, well, if you don't come to a city for its local life, then what are you coming for? And this is the place to see it. Now, one of the things you must do in People's Park is come to a place called Heming Tea. It's been open for nearly 100 years and it's absolutely mandatory. Now, unfortunately, about a month ago I gave up caffeine, so no tea and no coffee. However, they do lemon tea, so I can still sit down and enjoy the experience. It's vast. You can see it's a popular place. I'm sure throughout the day it will get more and more busy. But there's so many people sat here next to the lake, which is nice. And can you hear the ting, ting, ting in the background? That's the ear cleaners. So you have a group of ear cleaners going around, traditional ear cleaning. I don't know if it looks tempting or not. It looks a little weird. They shove these long sticks into the ear and then ting on these metal instruments to vibrate and get the dirt out, let's say. However, I'm a little bit jealous that other people are enjoying the tea. Tea in this area is fantastic. And it does look like a nice experience in the porcelain cups. Again, this place is all about experience. It's all about atmosphere. It is a beautiful old building, trees around, lake here, as I say, hearing the ear cleaners and just relaxing and enjoying your tea. And on that note, how is it? Lemon tea with a few goji berries in. I love lemon tea. I wish it was the real one. However, a great little start to the morning nonetheless. Lemon tea is so good, especially after being a little ill. I didn't even think about it. That's a mistake, isn't it? Someone's getting sacked. I've been ill the last week, and I didn't even think about it, but actually lemon tea with goji berries is probably the best thing that I could be drinking right now. especially on this cold morning, to even just warm my hands up. I love it, and as I've sat here, it's got more and more busy, more and more people have sat down, and the atmosphere is just ramping up. All right, I've gone for it. They came around so many times, I couldn't not try it. So we've gone for the ear cleaning, 30 yuan, plus 10 for new implements, which obviously you have to go for. First of all, a stick goes in and they clean it out. Now it feels like a little feathery thing. Oh, it's a weird sensation. It doesn't hurt, it's tingly, but it is quite deep in your ear. But everyone's doing it. Well, not everyone. All the locals, a lot of the locals are doing it, so I thought, why not? You're only here once. We should go for it. Oh, hello. Oh. That's weird. Whoa. That's the most weird sensation of the lot. Oh, that was an interesting experience, wasn't it? I've never experienced anything like that, I must say. It was slightly uncomfortable, but not in a bad way, let's say. My ears, well, they feel squeaky clean. I don't know if my hearing's improved, but I'm sure it has. I would not want that job, though. I don't envy her. Can you imagine the things that come out of people's ears and going around and cleaning? But for 41, I think you have to try it. I think you have to try it. Less than, well, it's about $5. Let's say that. Pretty good value. It lasts about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, proper clean, proper tingle, weird feeling in your ear. But overall, that place was awesome. Well, probably about 2 hours I've sat there now drinking my tea, refilling my tea, people watching, ear cleaning, and just chilling. Had a great time. But it's time to move on. It's time to go and explore more of the city. Let's see what we get up to next. I've come to Wenshu Monestary, one of the most well-preserved temples, Buddhist temples in Chengdu. And now, first impressions are, this is not just a tourist place where people come. This is part of daily life where people come to make blessings and give prayers. It's beautiful. Let me show you around. Alright guys, I just came out of the temple. I was going to jump straight in a taxi, and then I saw this little shopping area. Of course, when you have tourists, you have people trying to sell you things, and they have all sorts of things like jewellery and food and souvenirs and some questionable animal products, I must say. But I thought I'd have a little look around, walked around it, and found rabbit's head, which you see absolutely everywhere here in Chengdu. It's a speciality, cold rabbit's head in Chile. And just as it happens, there's also a little bakery opposite where the person is making homemade flatbreads, or tiny little flatbreads. I would put the name in on the video, because I can't remember the name of it exactly, but you know, bread and rabbit's head. You're not going to find a better combination, so I have to try it, don't I? The rabbit's head, I mean, it is literally a rabbit's head. It doesn't look the most appetizing. Does it? If you're squeamish, maybe it's not for you, but it's absolutely covered in chili paste, as you would expect in Chengdu. There is one covered in sesame, but she gave me the one covered in chili. I didn't even ask. Maybe that's the OG, it's the original. The bread looks incredible. I mean, it was pre-made, but it is homemade. And then she warmed it up for me over the fire. Lots of locals going in there to buy. Oh, the bread, look at that. Let's just break that open. Salt and pepper and bread, I think. We'll try a little bit of the bread first. Wow, that is incredible. Peppery, salty, flaky on the top, soft bready in the middle, warm. It's gonna go well with my rabbit. So I don't really know how to do this, other than I guess break it open. So We'll break the jaw of that rabbit off. You can see there is actually a lot of meat on it. A little bit of rabbit cheek. Why not? Oh yeah. That is delicious. I know you think I'm probably taking the little bit, and I kind of am, but genuinely, it is delicious. Genuinely, it is delicious. And the head has some of the best bits of meat on it because it's gelatinous and it does go soft and it does go melt in the mouth. But that chili paste, if you've had Sichuan peppercorns outside of Sichuan in China, I don't think you've really had them because the power and the taste of them, fresh from the region, there's nothing quite like it. And with that peppery bread, to just pick up that chili left over. Yes! I ate it like a Philistine. They actually give you gloves. But I just ate it with my bare hands. Anyway, my mouth is tingling. Sichuan peppercorn is not spicy, but the tingling feeling, incredible. Right, let's head over to one of the most touristy hotspots in the whole of Chengdu. All over China, you have these historic alleyways which have been converted into tourist areas. And I've come to Kuangzhai Alley area. And I got here and I thought, well, there's not that many people here. Maybe because it's a Tuesday and it's still relatively early, I've got away with it. And then I glanced beyond this entrance area and I saw the actual alleyway. Unbelievably busy. And I love crowds. So let's go in and I'll see what I can show you of it. Once you're in here, it's not so bad. I thought it was going to be busier, but it was just bunched at the entrance. It's busy, don't get me wrong. There is a lot going on. There's a lot of high energy here. Everyone trying to get your attention, either, well, with a fan or banging a drum or something, just doing something to try and get your attention to sell. It is a hugely touristy place. The architecture is interesting. I don't know if it's original, but it is old Chinese style, let's say, and if it is original, all the better. But everything, all of the shops, all of the restaurants, they are touristy. But it's fun, right? Fun things that you can try. Snacks, lots of food here, lots of restaurants, good energy, as I said. Place to come, maybe not a place to stay, but definitely a place to come and walk through. You have to see somewhere like this because it is so popular, because it is so famous. We found our snack. Looks like a glutinous rice ball, but it comes with a little bit of theatre. So a portion of 3, 15 yuan. Okay. As simple as that, and I guess this is like ground nuts, maybe? It's a bit of brown sugar. I guess it's sweet. And some sesame on top. Sheer. Well, that drew a crowd, didn't it? I think my purchase was quite a good marketing for him, wasn't it? All right, let's try it. Oh, the sound here, guys. 3 glutinous rice balls, a little bit of sesame and some brown sugar. Not bad for my first food of the day. It's all right. I mean, there's not a huge amount of flavor there. The sesame and the nut on the outside is where the flavor is. The texture is super interesting now. Very sticky, very chewy, great little snack. I mean, to be honest, it's more for the theatre of it, isn't it? And for 15 yuan, you can't really go wrong, can you? We've got some friends. What is your name? Liu Dahai. Joey. 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 Hold on. This is now a queue now of people wanting my photo.
Let's take a photo.
10 yuan.
I have no money.
I'm joking. All right, but you have to be in my video.
My name is Han Zhengxuan.
Han Zhengxuan?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Your English is good.
No, just so.
Just so. Well, better than my Mandarin. Well, that was funny. Just sat down to look at the map to see where to go. And then suddenly a queue appeared of people wanting photos with me. And when one took one, the rest got confidence. It just goes to show you, actually, as I said, it's so friendly. Everything is done with friendliness. They come up and they speak to you and try and speak a little English. But I need some proper food. So let's go find lunch. Lunch, finally. I'm absolutely starving and I'm very, very excited for this. A dish that I have cooked for absolutely years, and finally I'm going to eat it in its hometown. Dan Noodles, one of my favorite dishes when we're talking about Chinese cuisine. But I didn't just order that. Let me show you what I've got. First of all, I've got the Dan noodles. You can see big pile of noodles there with the meat on top, highly spiced. But look, this is the secret. Beneath, you have the chili oil. And if you know anything about Sichuan cuisine, it is that it is spicy. Just look at it. Look at the color of that chili oil underneath. Next up, we have more chili. We have wontons, chili wontons. I'm not entirely sure what's in it. They were just called chili wontons on the menu. But again, with that crispy chili oil, what you should do is just toss them up, separate them. Obviously, I've been taking a few shots. They've dried up a little bit. But as you toss them, again, in that oil, that color changes. If you don't like spice, Chengdu may not be your place. Now, it's an absolute bargain as well. All of this was just 31 yuan. I love this. People just coming around, street sellers, with, well, the noise to get your attention, as we saw in the street food place. By the way, my wireless microphone is broken, so we're wired, unfortunately. Apologies for that. But the first thing I have to try, of course, is that Dan mian. It doesn't look like much, but the flavor in there is so, so good. Yes, it is spicy, not crazy spicy, but I like spice, but it is spicy. The richness coming from that meat, the soft chew from the noodles, they're not overcooked, they're cooked perfectly. It's a deeply, deeply savory dish because of that chili. The Sichuan peppercorn comes through, the fragrance of the Sichuan peppercorn comes through. That is fantastic. I want to try one of those wontons. Good size wonton, you can see, but there is something inside it. Let's find out. Stuffed with pork. Again, delicious, savory and rich. Almost like a sweet spicy on this one. Not overpoweringly spicy again, I expected more. And the quality of that wrapper, it's so thin, so delicate, so light, just melts away in your mouth. Again, truly delicious. Which is my favorite? Well, they're all great for the price, and prices are fantastic. But come on, you're not silly. Dan noodles have to be my favorite. Ni hao.
Hi.
Hi, you speak English. Very good.
Very good. Bye. Hi.
I picked up on this yesterday when I first arrived, but it was raining. So actually, today it's even more noticeable now it's dry, is that the roads are just pretty much silent. I mean, right now I'm near Tianfu Square, so there's a 6-lane highway, plus the ones for the scooters, and obviously that goes both directions, and then there's a 5-lane highway here, so it's like a crossing. 90% of the cars here, I would say, maybe even more, 95% of the cars here in the city, I can't talk about the whole of China, but in the city, are electric. Almost, actually that's the first one I've seen just go past, but almost all of the scooters are electric. It's so silent. And having come from Bangkok, having come from Thailand, which is like, you need ear defenders the entire time because your ears are under attack. It's crazy. I mean, I was just walking down here thinking my own thoughts, walking down, and then I kind of like zoned in and I was like, wait, I'm at a huge crossing with cars constantly going past. And you can hear now on the microphone, it's absolutely, you can hear a pin drop. Incredible. But the noise, it's amazing being in the center of a city or in a city and just hearing not much at all. Giant square, and where did I go and stand? In front of the camera. Obviously. Evening now in Chengdu. The sun has just set and it's about to get dark. I've come down to the river, the Jin River, the river which flows through Chengdu, and I've come to see this bridge you can see over my shoulder, Anshun Bridge. It means bridge of peace and bridge of prosperity, something like that. And it actually dates all the way back to the 13th century in the Yuan dynasty. But of course, as ever with these things, it's been destroyed many times and rebuilt many times. By day, it's just a bridge. A very pretty bridge, but it's just a bridge. By night, it's illuminated and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Right, I've just come down off that bridge. Along the river, it's nice down here. You have all of these bikes which you can hire, but then street food stalls and people out lining up already. Dinner time is on its way. What do we have? I don't even know. But it looks nice. Something glutinous, you can see. And you can, oh, it's a dessert, I guess, and then you have all the different toppings. Ni hao. What have we got over here? Wow, that looks interesting. Is that tofu? That's unbelievable. Okay, there's me saying I'm not a big fan of stinky tofu. I've actually bumped into Jason, who's Taiwanese, living in Bangkok, but Taiwanese, and stinky tofu is big in Taiwan, so he's bought a portion. You're on a food tour right now?
Yes, kind of. Yeah.
I can't try the first piece. Or we'll do it together, shall we?
Okay.
I have to go for a small piece because I'm not a big...
You can just pick a small one. Just try a little.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. What's that? That tastes good. Come on. Right.
I'm glad there's chili on it.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
hold on.
Yeah.
Is it stinky tofu is more stinky?
Yeah,
right?
stinky tofu is more flavor inside, but
yeah. It's actually okay.
Let's compare with the chili, so I think it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean,
is stinky.
It looks a bit weird with the mold on the outside.
Yeah, a little weird. Just a little.
But it's actually.
nasty.
But can you feel it in your tongue? Oh, maybe that's the Sichuan pepper is now tingling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I really, I really want to share with you. I just saw you just for taco for the
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, that was fun. I don't know, I didn't capture it that well on camera because I was kind of talking to you about the tofu, which had mold on it. It's hairy tofu. And I worked out it was tofu because he was frying it. He cubed it up and he's frying it. However, what it has done is allowed some time for the lights to come down. So not only do the street food areas look amazing, the bridges look amazing. So finally, I know that's what we came down to do. Let me show you the bridge. Oh, you see what I mean? Even the normal bridge looks absolutely stunning. The reflections on the water, but all along the river is lit up. And when I first got here last night, everything was lit up, even on all the small canals. Look at that. Not quite pitch black yet, but still you get the nighttime atmosphere coming in. I made it to the bridge. Absolutely stunning, might I say. Now the light has gone down and the lights are really popping, but the vibe in this city, everywhere in this city, I'm just enjoying the vibe so much. You have, of course, pubs and eateries alongside the river where you can sit down. It actually looks quite nice, but you can sit down nice and vibrant with their lights as well, their neon lights. But you have boats on the river, playing Chinese music going past, sunset tours, I guess. But this bridge is just magical, 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 magical. Like any city, Chengdu changes completely at night. Let me show you. Welcome to Chunxi Road, the center of Chengdu and the hub of Chengdu. It's the shopping district. It's full of people, it's full of lights, it's full of billboards, and it's full of atmosphere. I actually came here last night on my first evening to grab some food and have a look around, but it was cold, much colder than this, and it was raining. So it was a little miserable. I didn't really get on with it, so I've come back to check it out on a warmer, drier night, and I've changed my mind. I like it.
Oh,
Hey! Street sellers, street sellers. As I told you, this place completely changes by night.
Hello.
All the neon light. Hello.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing? You video. What is your name?
My name is, you can call me Cici.
Cici.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, Cici.
Okay, welcome to the
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That is a very typical experience that I've been on about all day, where people just come up to say hello. And I promise you, it's not just when the camera is on. It happens even more when the camera is off. In fact, I can see a little girl wanting to come and talk in the corner of my eye, so she'll go say hi. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Hello. What is your name?
What's your name? My name is Yuan Chen Chen.
Yuan Chen Chen.
Yuan Chen Chen.
I'm Joe.
Oh, hello, Joe.
High five. Way.
Where are you from?
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Bang.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Bang.
to meet you
Nice to meet you.
too.
Bang. Bye.
Bye.
Not staged, I promised. Good fun. I saw her in the corner of my eye. She was a bit shy. She wanted to say hello. Anyway, let me show you some of the vibes of the area. Good morning. If you want to come and see the pandas, you need to wake up early and beat the crowds. I have come to Dujiangyang Panda Base, or Panda Valley. Had to get the metro and the train and the taxi to get here, but it was pretty easy. Just bought my ticket using WeChat, scanned the QR code and pay, and I've just come into the park. The reason I've come to this one and not the Chengdu one is to beat the crowds, because the queues there and the crowds there look insane. So fingers crossed, this one is a bit better than that and we see some pandas, because of everything on this trip, the culture, the history, the food, the thing I've been most excited for are the pandas. Let's go see if we can find some. Oh my, straight away, just up the hill, the first panda, one panda, just sat there munching away on bamboo. And the smile it brought straight to my face. Incredible. I mean, obviously, we all know what the panda looks like. It's synonymous with conservation around the world. But to see them in person, in real life, right there in front of you, they almost don't look real. It's incredible, incredible. And that's just the first one. Yeah, okay, there's a few people, but the crowd is tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Ah, trip worth it already. Now, they have about 30 pandas here, and of course, as you know, pandas are critically endangered. And these places are research bases trying to breed them and reintroduce them into the wild to keep their population going. This one specifically focuses on creating an environment matching that of the wild just before releasing them, to get them used to it, which I think is quite interesting. It's a nice way to see them, but obviously, they're all scientific research centres, so you can't really go wrong. There are a few to choose from. As I say, for me, the priority was avoiding the crowds. Oh my God, we've got another one. Just lying there on its back. Again, munching away. They have to eat all day because bamboo doesn't have much nutrition, but look at that. So chilled. It's almost like it knows people are coming to watch, so I'll just chill in front of the people. I'll give you what you want. Majestic. What a majestic animal. They are just so damn cute. I can see why the city is obsessed with them. You see caricatures and, you know, souvenirs of Panda absolutely everywhere. But I just can't believe how few people there are here. I mean, granted, it's 10 to 9. I came in right at opening. And I'm trying to stay ahead of the crowd. I'm trying to move around. However, I didn't realize how much of a pleasure it would be to see these animals. Oh my. I like nature and I like wildlife. But seeing a panda, I think it was something that I just dreamed about. Being able to come here is incredible, incredible. I'm loving it. I've literally got this one to myself. Look at that. Now this place, obviously famous for the giant pandas. However, they also have an area of red pandas, free roaming, so I don't think they're quite as easy to see. So fingers crossed, because that would just top it off. Red pandas are so cool. Let's go see. I guess they could be in the bamboo somewhere because it's free roaming. I think I'm just assuming they're going to just be wandering down the path. But it's probably not going to be the case, is it? Likelihood is they're going to be tucked away in there somewhere. There is one right behind me, but it is asleep. Unfortunately, I've waited and waited and waited to see if it will wake up and move around, but it won't. But one did walk down the branch and across. They are almost as cool as the giant pandas. For me, because it's small and completely unique, it's like a little Pokemon. Having grown up watching Pokemon, it is a little bit like that. But I don't know a huge amount about them. I know they're also endangered, but they are incredible animals. So yeah, make sure when you come here, you come and see them both. Hopefully, you'll have a bit more luck than me, but we haven't finished the loop. So hopefully we'll see another one. One that went off into the bamboo scrub, but even just seeing it there, lying asleep, very cool. Oh my God, what timing. What timing. All right, mission complete. The two things I wanted to do so desperately on this trip was see the giant pandas and see the red pandas. And what timing, coming across the walkway, it just came over the log and all the way down, all the way around. I ran back down, well, I didn't run, but I walked back down and it came so close, so close. Oh, incredible, incredible. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
All right, guys, that's it from the pandas and this video in Chengdu. Join me next time, where I take on the famous spicy Sichuan hot pot. You can find that video right here.